Hey there, this is Christou from ToonBoxStudio.com. I'm a 2D animator, cartoon illustrator, and teacher. Stick around to watch the whole video drawing process of how I designed this final piece. Okay, so in the first stage of this process, I'm creating a strong blueprint, and the way I go about this is I use a soft round brush and I start scribbling out these little silhouettes of each individual character. Along with the soft eraser, I use it to etch around all the body parts and to define the shapes until I'm really pleased with the final look. This stage has to be loose, has to be rough, not much detail. I don't spend more than 5-6 minutes on this stage at all. This process will make life a lot easier on the next stage when I start sketching out the final characters. This is what I call the blueprint of this design. Okay, now that I've finished this whole silhouette here, I've dropped down the opacity, made a new layer on top. I've taken my pencil tool and I'm now starting to sketch around each individual character. I'm still keeping it nice and loose. At this stage, I do not want to go into, put a lot of effort to create solid lines and stuff. Still sketching, keeping it loose, just enough detail so I can finally see my characters and what they are actually doing. I'm constantly looking at the shapes of the silhouette. I'm going around it. If I see something that I think is out of proportion, no problem, you can go in now and fix it. Remember, we're cartooning here, so cartoonists, the cool thing about being a cartoonist is that you can really exaggerate anything you want. You can be as silly as you want and get away with it. This is not meant to be a realistic looking picture. It's a cartoon. I'm using a software called Sketchbook Pro 6. It's by Autodesk. It's a fabulous piece of software. I've been using it for a couple of years now, and I highly recommend it for illustration or any type of artwork you want to create. Sketchbook Pro 6, fabulous. All the tools involved is great to create any type of artwork you want to do. Now that I've finished my sketch, I drop the opacity down on the layer of my sketch and I made a new layer on top. I select the pencil again, a nice dark black color, and I go in, zoom in nice and close so I can see the details. And now this is the stage where I'll start cleaning everything up. All the details that need to be added is in this stage right now. Now the process is as follows. Each character will have its own sets of layers. Now in the line art stage, we need one piece of line art for the skin and facial features. I use one piece of line art for the hair, one piece of line art for the outfit, and also one for the guns. Now these set of layers have to be for every single character. So imagine like 4 characters, you're gonna have 4 layers of just the skin outlines and so forth. Here I recommend you take your time, really keep looking at your characters, make sure you add those details. Make sure that you're following your blueprint below, and if your blueprint is accurate enough, you should be creating a nice solid piece in the end. Now that that's over, it's now time to go into the color stage. I'll make a new layer below all the line arts and I'll start adding the skin tones, a layer for the outfits, and a layer for the hair, a layer for facial features like lips and eyes and stuff, and also a layer for the guns, and also you can have a background, another layer for that. But at this stage, we're adding the flat colors. Now that I've completed all the flat colors, my goal is now to color in the line art. So what I do is I select each layer of line art and I lock down the transparency of the layer, which allows me to color the lines of each character. So what I do is, let's say I want to color in the line arts for the skin. I select the base color of that skin and then I just darken it a little bit and then go over the line art. I'll do the same thing for the hair, for all the outfits, the guns, facial features, and everything that has line art in this picture. It really gels those two combinations of the, let's say for example, the skin tones and the line art of the skin. It really gels it together, which looks kind of better than having, you know, a dark black outline. You can really see it here on the blonde character. Now that I've finished all the line art, I go to the base colors where I had the flat colors for each element onto this picture. I lock the transparency. With my airbrush, I go in and start rendering each element by adding some darker tones, some lighting effects, and some cast shadows, etc. My style and technique is I don't really go overboard with the colors. I like to keep it as subtle as possible, just enough to give it a bit of life to the characters, because you got to remember we'll keep thinking of it as a cartoon and not a realistic picture. I like to keep my stuff as 2D as possible and not go and turn them into a 3-dimensional character. Otherwise we're going to a different type of style here. Okay, we're now coming up to the end of this video. I'm going to wrap this up and hope you guys enjoyed this whole process, and this is just one of my techniques. I hope you got a nice taste of what I do. If you want to see more, you like what I do, come over to ToonBoxStudio, my channel. There should be a link in the description of this video, so come over and check it out. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me which character you preferred out, all 4 maybe. And if you want to see more, you can bug the CGBros. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'm Christou, over and out.